What is going on, YouTube? How are we doing today? So, guys, I'm bringing you a tutorial video on a quick setup on how to do pretty much an in-house sub, or subwoofers, whatever you would like, and a good efficient way of doing it. And I'll kind of give it a little bit of a couple of examples, the wiring and what you should go for. So what you are looking at right now is a Lanzar Max Pro 6.5. It's not actually a dual voice coil. It's just a single 4 ohm little sub. And that right there is a 60 amp power supply that does around 700 watts. And my main setup is actually these down here, these Scar Evil 6.5s that do amazing in a ported box. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to be using this 6.5 today. And for the amp that I will explain afterwards, we have the Alpine MRP-M450. That is an amazing amp. The sound quality is amazing, and it actually does a lot more power than 450 watts. And it's 1 ohm stable. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this video. Alright guys, so as you can see, if we go over here, so what you're going to need really is a sub. It doesn't even matter if it's a 12, 15, 8, 10, or 6.5. Does not matter. Whatever you would like to power, just not something super huge. You need a power supply, which you can search up a 12 volt power converter or supply. And actually on Amazon, there's a 100 amp one that can do around 1300 watts, which I'm looking to upgrade, but this was the best one I could find, and it was only 40 bucks instead of getting a Stetson that's like $160. So if you get one of these, and you get an amp kit, a amplifier, specifically maybe a Class D, or just something that's efficient, that will work with the correct power that's coming out of the supply, and then just efficient subs that you can use to use it. And now if we come back here, a lot of them come with a lot of these cords and everything, a lot of the screws that you need to screw in. So the way this turns on is that you get like a power supply cable that you can just get at like Walmart, that you usually use for your computer or whatever, and you strip that and put it in these three here, which one is a ground, one's a neutral, and one's a positive, which then turns this on. Then you actually take your positive and negative for the amp, and you split it into 3 and use 3 negatives and 3 positives. So you use up all these screws, which then power coming through the fuse through the power on the positive side to the amp. So you usually screw it in however you would. Speaker wire, positive, negative, and the remote just goes from your power to the remote connected, and then you can just leave it dangling down there. Depending on how you set this up, does not really matter. As long as you put RCAs and connect it to a music source, you will be all set. So this is actually just a, like I said, a 6.5 in a very small box. It actually is ported, technically. But doesn't really, it's pretty good. You can kind of flex it a lot, kind of do some cool stuff with it. But it's a good powered sub. These down here are a lot better. They create a lot of bass. They're very efficient 6.5s. They take a lot of power, and they sound absolutely amazing. But like I said, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be using this one. But after you do that, the way that turns on is that you plug that end of the computer supply cable into an outlet. So this is the end of it, right here. And then all you do is just plug this in, just like so. This is going to turn on, and you can see the fan. Then the amp turns on, and you can tell by this blue light or whatever power supply or power notice that you will notice. And there you go, everything from there, and then you can turn this on and start playing some bass. So give me 1 minute while I plug some stuff in and give you guys a demonstration. Alright guys, so we have everything plugged in, and what we're going to be testing, the subs right here, everything should be fine, as long as the cords are in there correctly. We got the amp right there powered on by the power supply right here. I was going to use this for the for playing some songs, but I'm going to use my computer because this is actually dead. So I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but that fan's blowing some air. That means it's on. We got the power supply going, and without further ado, let's just get this thing going. But stay tuned, because I'm going to do a little bit of testing, making sure what the volume is. So stay tuned, guys, if you want to see the test. 1 second. Alright guys, here's the test. So we just got some bass going on. Again, this is on the Alpine M450, so let's get this thing going. So as you can see there, that's pretty much how it works. It powers like a regular if you had it in your car. If you had it on any other type of power supply, it's clearly getting enough power. And there's no cutouts. The power supply stays cool because of the fan, like super cool. I don't feel any heat. The amp is getting enough power, so there won't be hurting anything there. And this thing's going like crazy, so... Alright guys, but if you enjoyed that tutorial today, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe and share. That would be greatly appreciated. And hopefully I can get some more tutorials going out soon. I got a setup in my car that I'll be doing a video on. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace!